Well, I love discovering new things, trying out new things, and the Mcusta Katana pocket knife is no exception. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here at Gideonstactical, giving you gear reviews, blade discussion, topics all the time here on YouTube, and I just appreciate all you guys coming back for this video. Coming at you from a campground just outside Moab, Utah, as we dive into and break down this Mcusta, I think is how you pronounce that, pocket knife. I just saw it on a whim. I was surfing on Blade HQ like I often do, you know, surfing through the knife sites. I saw this, I was like, that is a sick looking blade. The profile, the mahone of the kind of compound blade style that you're seeing here, of a really aggressive tanto, which I really like. You know, it's not like the American tanto, which is kind of snub nose. It's almost a drop. And then you just see that extra wave of that steel with that VG10 made in Japan. I was like, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's jump on it. And so today I'm going to break it down for you and show you all the things I like about it. There are a few drawbacks, and just kind of give you a perspective on this design and this brand, because this isn't the only, you know, knife that they make. They're making several models that are out there. Now, one thing that I'll kind of touch on right out of the gate that I was a little irritated with, they have lots of really cool color combinations. This said it was blue and orange. I've been kind of on this orange kick lately, picking up some more knives and gear that's orange high vis as I do just more outdoor stuff. So I picked it up thinking that, and it kind of looked like that on the photos. This is definitely like a gold on that particular, almost like a yellow gold on that color that is not orange. So it's a little irritating. Description isn't, you know, great. And it's got kind of like a cool navy blue though matching it. So it's fine. Once I got kind of used to that color that it ended up being, that was not a negative to me. Now I'll roll in here just for some size perspective. I do have the Wrap Model 1 right there. You can see it's a little bit smaller than that, but not by much. And then I do have right here a Gerber in the Gerber Fastball. And you can see it's almost the same size, but just a slight larger aspect to it. Just wanted to give you some more precise perspective than anything else. As we jump to the blade profile itself, again, with that really cool Hamon texture, VG10, straight out of Seki City, Japan. I mean, all that stuff is super cool. The precision of that blade is awesome. The relief edge is fantastic on there. Pretty robust stock as well. So you're not going to get like it's not like a, you know, like a razor blade paper cutter, you know, box cutter, and that's it. There is a little bit of robustness to the blade itself, but I mean, it is a great workhorse of just general utility, as it is about 3.3, 3.25 inches overall length. I mean, I was able to get a lot of work done, and I didn't feel like I was stuck in like a quote-unquote tanto tactical blade. It really did feel like this little pocket katana that was like slicing through everything that I came in contact with, and still giving me that really cool like piercing, that the blade shape overall and just style. I don't have a tanto in this type of profile being so gradual like a katana, certain types of katanas in the collection. So it's just this really cool aspect to use and enjoy. Now it says it's a hollow grind. If it is, it's the shallowest hollow grind I've ever seen. It's very, very shallow, almost looks like a saber or a flat grind. If it is hollow, it's very minor and you won't even notice it. Some of you like hollow, some of you don't. For me, the performance was excellent and had zero issue with the overall blade styling as well as usefulness. So it's super sick looking, but then it's very useful at the same time. Now these aluminum handles with steel liners in there, over time, you know, they're gonna wear, they're gonna chip, they're gonna show some marring that's already showing a little bit here and there on the tool. But the steel liners are milled out, making this 3.5 ounces. So for the style and 4.25 inches overall handle length, that's not bad at all. I mean, it's nice and lightweight, under 4 ounces, and got the robustness of steel liners, but then some of the just cool factor that you can do with aluminum, and kind of cuts down a little bit on the weight. You do have these cut-ins that have that classic katana handle style. They give you a little bit of traction. You got that little bit of cut-in, and then a little bit of jimping with that little kind of flare. So there is enough that you're not concerned about going up and like sliding up onto your handle, but it's definitely, onto the blade, but it's definitely a low traction handle. It's not something that you're going to go out and, you know, like, oh yeah, this is a tactical blade. I would definitely not say that this is a tactical knife, not only because of the low traction of the handle, but some other aspects we're going to look at here in just a moment. mainly in the locking mechanism and some aspects that maybe I'm not super pumped about with that, but I like the kind of dropping sweep. Feels very comfortable in the hand. I like that a lot. Really fun. Feels good. No issues there. And has a little bit of rounding, so it's not squared off. So that also is going to feel warm to the touch, even though it is metal. So like temperature, it's not going to be warm, but to your hand, it's going to be warm. And the pocket clip doesn't cause any problems with that. And since I just brought it up, I'll bring it up. I guess an older model did not, it had a tip down. So this one has a tip up. It's fully ambidextrous, it's got 2 screw holes right there. Rides very nicely, it's flush along the body, has a little bit of a flare to grab, but nothing super obnoxious. It's gonna cause pain when you grip it or gonna like scratch up your car as easily. So right or left, and then you gotta kind of flow through, cool lanyard hole right there. You could easily get 550 paracord through, no problem. And just throw it here, even in a reverse grip, you can see there. With my large size hands, as you guys all know, fits fine, no problem. A little bit sticking up out the back there. But yeah, good ride, 0 issues with the ride. Not gonna thrash your pocket either because of the aluminum handle scales, but enough tension to keep it in place. You're not gonna lose, you know, the knife just by walking around town and doing your daily living that you'd be doing with this pocket Katana. So the next part that we'll go to is the deployment. We have 2 ambidextrous thumb studs, so that's great as well. They act as the stop bar right there, hitting the back of the handle, so there's no stop pin or anything. The thumb studs act as that. That's not a pro or a con. It's just a data point for you. We could argue with a stop bar, it would be a more robust knife. I haven't had any wobbling or loosening up. The other aspect is when you deploy it, there's like this very fine line between it being just loosey-goosey and almost falling out and possibly causing a problem, you know, and like putting your hand in your pocket and stabbing yourself, and good retention. There is a detent ball on the liner lock. Hopefully you guys can kind of see in there. Yeah, there you go. But it's very small. It doesn't really do a whole lot. So if you adjust it properly like I have, you really got to like flick it to get it to come out, but it will come out with a flick. And then it goes back into place, and I don't really even tell that the detent ball is doing anything. So it's fine, but I would have liked it to kind of like suck into place a little bit better and have a little bit of something to overcome. It feels like I have nothing overcoming. And the blade tip does go nice and recess into the body, so that is a benefit. So even if it was to like go out just a hair, I mean, it's got to come out significantly. Now the deployment is very smooth. I can't really tell, I was looking in there, what it's running on, so I don't know what type of washers or bushings, you know, it's running on, but it's smooth. And again, no issues. Solid lock up side to side, solid up and down, so there's no rock or wobble or anything like that. So I do like that aspect. Then the liner lock is kind of the other aspect. You can see here that it's nice and pronounced. You know, it's got a little bit of jimping. It's not sharp. It's not going to cause a problem with, you know, ergonomics, but you can grab it and move it off to the side and then close it. And then let's see here. I'm trying to do it all on frame for you guys. There we go. Not the easiest knife I've ever had to deploy, not the worst. So, you know, and that's because you're trying to match this like perfect detent and detention. If you're, you know, you send it to school because it's in trouble or into detention. But, and again, just like a slight wrist flick, and you can easily do that. But it's a thin liner lock, and it just barely catches the shoulder. Now, it hasn't moved, hasn't gotten jammed, doesn't cause any problems, but I would have liked something just a little bit thicker and just moved over just a micron, just to give you this added sense of like a strong knife. So I would definitely say that this is like a fun, round town, gentleman knife, go to the office, you know, just do some basic stuff, but this isn't going to be a heavy, you know, user. Just for some simple size perspective, again, going back to this fastball, S30V steel versus the VG10. VG10 is good, you know, nothing to write home about, and it looks cool, but it's fully functional. But this is S30V, which is arguably a better steel, aluminum with stainless steel liners, the liner lock, you know, all that stuff. This runs on ball bearings, $100, right? And then you can get these custom ones over on their site. There will be a link in the description for this Gerber if by chance you were interested, not only for the custom, but also for just the basic model. That's $100. Whereas this guy doesn't have all of those aspects. And this guy I paid $176 for over on Blade HQ. Almost $200, guys. It's super cool, and that's kind of what I was hoping for, is like, oh man, I'll do a cool factor. But at VG10, And just some of the aspects I'm looking at here, you know, if it was around $100, maybe $110, I'd be like, yeah, totally, you know, totally worth it. You know, do it. It's fun. It's different. If you like the design, jump on it. I would say the fastball just gives you a little bit more, and it's almost, you know, $75 cheaper on average. You'll get a better edge retention on the steel. The frame lock, or excuse me, the liner lock is about the same thickness, maybe actually even a little bit thicker, and actually just kind of goes over a little bit more. Better detent overall. You know, not much different in size, a little bit thinner. But, you know, just something to kind of consider. So yes, this is an elegant looking piece, but man, it's going to cost you. Now, there are lots of cool color combinations. Again, I'll have links for you guys below if this design does connect with you and you want to give it a go. But there are just a few little small aspects, mainly in detent and locking, that I was kind of, and that just very steep price point leaves a little bit to be desired. And I would have liked either just a little bit upgrade steel and a little bit more robust locking mechanism for it to make a little bit more sense for us. Some more exotic aspects to be pushing that $200 price point. You can just get a lot more for your money on the market. So guys, that's me. That's my take on the Mcusta, I believe is how you pronounce it again, pocket katana. Yeah, it's hard for me to do it. There we go, on video for you. Ultra cool look, ultra cool profile, very functional blade, gets the work done, but a little overpriced and a little bit on the weak side of features, in my opinion, for what they're asking for. But appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, I invite you to check out the other video popping up, as well as to subscribe, throwing up content like this every single week. And we just invite you to check out Instagram and Facebook as well, throwing up content there and behind the scenes stuff. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.